Okay, so for your shape mini master for Picasso, this is the work that we're going to use. His painting originally is in color, but we're going to be working with a black and white to help us focus on just the shapes. So you have the option, if you'd like, to do the entire piece vertically. It won't take up the whole space on your mini master artwork because it's vertical and you're working with a horizontal space. But if you want to do the whole piece, then you can just kind of mark off with your Sharpie and a ruler a vertical space and then do your labeling to the side of that, and that will give you the correct orientation. Notice how in my mini master I drew it and then I actually went through it with a pencil to try to match the tonal range or the value scale that Picasso has in his, and then I went over it with the Sharpie. So for this demonstration though, I'm going to do the other option, which is to only do a portion of the work on my mini master and just kind of focus or zoom into a piece of it. And I'm going to use, I think, just like this top part that has the eyes. Be sure if you decide to crop in that you still don't crop in so much that you lose the variety of shape. So I'm still getting some circles, a lot of triangles, and some curved lines in my mini master. So I'm just going to put this over here and I'm going to start, before I even get my ruler out, I'm going to rough in the drawing. So again, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to start with this diagonal line. So I'm going to say that's going to start right about here and it's going to go down to the bottom of my painting, but not quite all the way to the edge. So when you're roughing something in, you're working very lightly, okay? Because you're really just kind of mapping it out. And now I'm going to do this curve. Notice how far it is from the edge. So that curve is going to come down maybe about like this. Again, how light, I'm working very lightly because I'm roughing it out. Now I'm going to look at this diagonal. It's kind of tricky. It's about right there, which will give me that eye right here. Then there's a diagonal line that comes up from that eye. And then I've got this big eye. It's down from that, goes all the way over to that curve. Now remember, I'm zooming in here, right? I'm not doing the whole thing, and that's up to you how you want to work. This is a key line that comes through the eye and down. And what else do I need? My curve might come up. I don't know if I'm going to really see much of that curve of that nose, maybe just a little bit on the tip. Again, I'm working very lightly, just kind of mapping things out as I see them. And I think I'm above the mouth. Okay, so there is a different shape right here. You can see it on the original. So that kind of comes down and out. Put my circle of my eye in there. So now I've kind of got it mapped out. I'm going to go back through it now to clean it up. And if I'm going to do my value scales, I'm going to leave the white. I might start with my lightest gray, which is right in this area. I'm going to leave this white. I'm going to go with my lightest gray. So I'll start coming in here, and if you can try to hold your pencil, instead of like you're writing, if you hold it like this, and it's nice and sharp, you can come in here and do a nice light gray in that shape. And it's also matched up here. and it's a little bit lighter in here. I'm going to hit everywhere with that gray, and then I'm going to go my darker shade here. Notice how that one's a little bit darker. So I'm going to press, the sharper your pencil is, the more pencil you'll have to work with this overhand technique. And I'm just trying to capture the different grays by varying my pressure on my pencil.